There are over 400,000 different types of flowers in the world. Flower arranging is a skill and an artwork. With so many different flowers to choose from, you can be creative and do whatever you want. Today I will be showing you how to make a flower arrangement in a vase. So the materials you will need are your flowers of choice, and a vase, and scissors. And the first step is deciding which vase you're going to use, which can depend on which flowers you're going to use and where you're going to put it. For example, tulips should always be in a straight vase. But one good rule to go by is that your flowers should always be 1 to 2 times the height of your vase. So once you have one chosen, which today I'm going to be using this clear glass one, make sure to wash it out with soap and water to prevent any molds and bacteria from forming or spreading. First thing we're going to do is cut our flower stems. You should always cut your flower stems when you put them in a vase. You should always cut at least 1 inch up or shorter if you want. So we're going to cut here and then cut it at a 45-degree angle so the stem looks slanted like that. And the reason for that is so the greater surface area of the stem is on the water, so it helps the flowers absorb water easier. And then also remove any leaves or foliage or anything that looks unnatural there. Make them look neat. And then so set that aside. Do the next one, like I said, 45-degree angle so it's slanted. Get all the excess leaves off. So do those to all of your stems. So then we're gonna fill our vase up with water. So the first step in actually constructing the flower arrangement is to add greenery. Greenery is important and it helps build a base and foundation. So you should insert them and you should cross their stems so they look like that in the vase, and scatter them along the edges of the vase, the outside. Greenery is important because it can help define the texture and it makes other flowers stand out and makes it look natural and overall brings everything together. Once your greenery is all added, the next step is to add your focal flowers. Which your focal flowers are going to be the biggest flowers in the bouquet, and it's going to be the flowers that your eyes are drawn to instantly. There should always be an odd amount in your bouquet. Today I'm only using 1, but there should always be an odd amount because it makes it look more natural. But yes, and they should always be in the middle. Don't put them on the edges so they're sticking straight out. They should be in the middle, and they should be the tallest because they're going to create the most height dimension in your arrangements. Flower is important because it's what people are most drawn to when they first look at it, and it's the tallest. So the last step in making an arrangement is to add the filler flowers. The filler flowers are important, and there is what's going to bring it all together in the end and make it look all cohesive. So the goal of the flower arrangement should be like a dome shape. So the tallest flowers should be in the middle, and then it should be shorter on the outsides. So see how it's shorter? But yeah, so remove any leaves. And then also with your filler flowers, you can create a cluster of them of 2 or 3, which makes it look natural because that happens in nature. With these ones they're already different flower clusters, so I don't have to cluster these ones together, but you should if your filler flowers are just individual flowers. So you can just arrange those and make sure the focal flower is structurally held up, and make sure I'm gonna cut this stem down a little bit because it's a little bit tall. So you can cut down stems as you go to see how high they should be and if they're too high. This is kind of the finished result, and you can add at the very end. There's different types. This is baby's breath, which is very common to put in flower arrangements. I'm not going to put it in this flower arrangement, but this is something you would add at the very end because they are a delicate flower and they get smushed easily. And also like berries, you should add those at the very end. Steps were to find your vase, clean your vase, and then cut the stems of your flowers, take all the foliage and the leaves off and make sure they're cut at a slanted angle, And then first step is to add your greenery and then your focal flowers, and there should always be an odd amount of focal flowers. And then the last step is to add in your filler flowers. That's how you make a flower bouquet in a vase.